Your anatomy of a NiteSite is basically, your first thing is your illuminator module. So inside your illuminator module is your IR lamp, and at the back of the IR lamp you've got your LCD viewing screen. Round at the back of the scope here is your IR digital video unit. So that's the camera that's looking down the scope, right? And then you attach the camera just by using a scope sleeve, and we supply two sizes of rubber scope sleeve, and can fit. I haven't actually come across a scope that we can't fit to.
Oh right, I was going to ask that question.
No.
Yes.
And if you do have a problem, it's very simple to buy a day scope adapter, where you can actually attach the day scope adapter to your scope and the camera. And I think you buy them. I can't remember actually how much they are, but they're not expensive.
I always thought, you had to zero these things.
No.
I honestly thought that, but it's just a matter of just the camera in.
Yeah, it's just
the rifle, the scope's already zeroed.
Okay.
So, it's
Alright, so another important part, so you get your scope sleeve on. The other important thing actually is this little fella here that goes just underneath when you're attaching the unit to the scope itself, the scope mount. But this little fella here is an anti-recoil clamp.
Let's have a quick look on there.
Which is this guy here, alright? The anti-recoil clamp.
So it won't shake to pieces.
No, that comes up and down, alright? That's your anti-recoil clamp. And what that means is, regardless of the caliber of bullet, right? Regardless of how powerful the recoil is, nothing's going to shake off, alright? That's what the anti-recoil clamp's there.
What's the maximum caliber you could use this on?
I'll just have to check. I know Jake's fired it on a monster gun.
50 cal.
But
You're not going to shoot deer with a 50 cal. These are great, aren't they?
50 caliber, Jake's actually shot a 50 caliber.
Really? That was a joke.
No, we've actually tried it. And Jake's shot a 50 caliber.
Ratting, of course.
Ratting, of course, yes. Ratting, of course. Yeah, the Viper's been designed to be a short-range strike unit. Okay. So it will shoot for approximately 100 yards, in complete pitch darkness. So there's no ambient light required at all. Okay. We're the market leaders in infrared night vision. Okay. And the Viper, when you switch it on, you've got very clear, ultra clear night vision for at least 100 meters in pitch black conditions. We don't use ambient light technology, it's infrared technology we use. The principal features of the new Viper is that we've now got a smaller battery. What's this? 1500 milliamp lithium-ion battery. Okay. There are three principal changes to our previous models. First of all, is that we've got a silent camera switch on. So completely silent, and the camera's on. The second is that we.
Why did the last one used to beep?
The last one used to click.
And scare everything off.
Scare everything off. So you just get everything red and you click. And the illumination adjuster now is a lovely, smooth operation. On our previous models, it was click, click, click. So again, alerting the prey to your presence. The other major difference is that we've lengthened the snout of the unit. Previously, the NS50 and the NS200 were a short snout unit, and that meant that you couldn't actually position the product anywhere on the scope because you'd get flare from the end of the scope. So what we've done is we've increased the snout of the product so that you can position it anywhere you like on the scope, and you'll get no flare from the end of the scope. So that's your Viper.
Are they easy to fit? Are they?
Oh yes, we actually say that you can put it on in under a minute. It comes in its own lovely little robust box, and inside the box, take this off.
Oh, I thought you'd have to sort of leave it on, sort of all zeroed in and...
No.
I was going to say, because you wouldn't get it in your gun bag, would you? With,
it's all laid out in the box, so it's a lovely, easy carrying case.
So you can fit that in the field?
Yeah, fit it in the field, and you've got, there are two scope attachments for different size scopes and different size tube for your camera on there. Okay, so yeah, nice robust case. Okay.
And how long will the battery last on?
The battery's got this small lithium-ion battery has a 5-hour battery life on constant use with the Viper. If you've not got it on constant use, on and off, 20 hours plus, not a problem. But it's designed to power this for 5 hours. Now this has got this has one IR LED inside it, so the power requirement is minimal. When we go up to the next model, the Wolf, which is designed to be a 300-yard range unit, that has a much bigger lithium. Let's
have a look at that one.
So
just same thing, but more sort of
all the same features, everything's there. The main difference being, instead of seeing 100 yards, you're going to see for 300 yards with the Wolf. Perhaps the most important part of everything that we do is that there's no need to re-zero your scope. So it's day scope to night scope, adapted in about a minute.
Brilliant.
And, so no re-zeroing, nothing to do. You just we like to call it plug and play. Just put it on.
Can you show the rifle normal, or because your head's going to be in a different position in it?
The interesting thing is actually getting used to the heads-up position. Okay. And what you've got to do is actually dispel your preconditioning.
Put your head down. Your
head down onto the scope. Once you get used to this, I actually call it the two-screen effect. Okay. If somebody's had a computer and they've always had one screen, they say in computer land that if you go to two screens, there's no coming back, because you always want two screens after that. And I liken it to this, because once you've done the heads-up position, you won't actually want to go back. Our American partners asked us after the SHOT Show if we could develop a day camera for them, because the American shooters have just taken to it like a duck to water. They absolutely love the heads-up position. And the other interesting thing in the United States, there's a huge veteran community. And veterans, you've got guys with only one arm, they've got no legs, huge veteran community. And what the NiteSite allows them to do is that you can still go hunting, got a heads-up position. The most important thing is that when the unit's on, what you're seeing on the screen is actually what you're seeing down the scope. The scope.
So it's not above what you're looking at.
Nothing's above it. When you're on target, you're on target. That's it. That's the scope target. So you've got a heads-up position, but that's actually the scope target.
Brilliant.
And it's fantastic. So you really, it's just a question of getting rid of your preconditioning to get your head down. Once you've got rid of your preconditioning, it's very comfortable, and actually it's great fun. The other, there are several aspects to this product that are nice surprises, if you like, because one of the most interesting things, and this is where the American experience has been absolutely invaluable for us. Because in America, hunting is a social sport. You'll get 4 or 5 guys will actually go out hunting together. So they something like this actually makes the whole thing more social. I remember an instance a few weeks ago. I was out in Bristol on a hunt with 4 hunters at night, and they brought along a young 18-year-old lad with them who'd never hunted before. It was a cold, damp night, and the poor lad, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and the poor lad's just stood there and he had about 4 cigarettes and just shuffling around with not knowing what to do. So I gave him the spotter. This is our spotter, and what the spotter does.
It's like a speed camera.
Yeah, well, the spotter's been designed as to complete the hunting experience, because we've got the 3 units, one that sees 100 yards, one that sees 300 yards, and one that sees 500 yards. But when you're out as a group and you're hunting, and you've got to do 3 or 4 fields over the course of the night, what you need to be able to do is actually spot the prey.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what we've done is we've designed the spotter. It's a handheld handheld unit. So let me just give me a second, and I'll actually go and get one, because I can't detach that.
That's cool, that, isn't it?
There we go. I'll put it onto daytime mode, and it's actually quite light. You'd be surprised how light it is. All right. So what you've got in here is you've actually got the whole kit inside here. You've actually got the scope in there.
Right.
You've got 5 IR LEDs inside there. 20 times zoom and focus.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah. So we can
nice chunky.
Nice and chunky. Wear it with gloves.
You're wearing gloves as well.
Wear it with gloves. Daytime to nighttime mode, and when it's on nighttime mode, we've got this dimmer. So there's the beam, and so if you're scanning and panning and you hit a tree, you get a lot of reflection from the lamp on the tree. You just dim it down.
Adjust it.
Okay, so put it back in dimmer. But the beauty of this is we're on the hunt on this night in Bristol, and I just gave it to this young lad, the 18-year-old lad, and I said, "Here, have a play with this." So everybody's there looking down the NiteSite, doing all this kind of stuff, and all of a sudden this young lad says, "Is that a badger?"
Joking.
Everybody descended on him, and all of a sudden he was involved in the hunt. And that's the beauty of what the Americans do, because the Americans hunt as a group. So one of them will have the spotter, the other guys will have the guns. They identify the prey, advance, get into kill range, and then they can take it out with the spotter, take it out with the gun. And the other beauty of this is if you're shooting multiple prey, so you shoot half a dozen rabbits, of course you've got to find the blasted things. Right? And rather than pointing a gun,
shining your lamp round,
just pick up the spotter. The intriguing thing is that for every NiteSite we sell in the UK, we'll sell on average 1 spotter. But in the US, 3 nights, 1 3 NiteSites, 1 spotter. The difference is that dramatic, because the Americans social hunt. It's a social thing, so they've always got the spotter, and they do it as a gang. In the UK, we're a little bit sad, because guy turns around and says to his wife, "I'm just off out, love. What are you doing?" "Well, I'm just going ratting." And out he goes, all on his own, and comes back. So it's a completely different culture. But the interesting thing, and I think the thing we're happiest about everything that we've done since opening up this whole new category in the night hunting sector, is that the products that we've created are starting to make hunting more of a social sport. Because it does have a reputation for being a little bit lonely, and we're actually gathering a little bit of momentum where hunting can be fun. One of the biggest problems the industry is facing is that numbers are declining all over Europe. Numbers are declining, and the average age. I was in Italy. No, I was in Slovenia a couple of months ago, and they were telling me that they know, but research has shown them that the average age of a hunter in Slovenia is 60 years old, and they're really struggling to get young people to get interested in hunting. And there's so many things to actually stop young people coming into hunting, because there's so many people that are against it. And worldwide, there are major issues with vermin control. And the hunter actually plays an important role in vermin control. And we like to think that our products are actually doing their bit to encourage young people to actually get into the market. So just to finish off on the products, the Viper with the short strike, Wolf with the medium stripes, and over here the Eagle.
Fly round.
stop, zoom in, zoom
This is
out,
your all
just
guns
focus.
blazing, 5 LED, C500 yards, Eagle product.
Right.
The other major change that we've made in terms of branding our products is actually to give them personalities, Viper, Wolf and Eagle. The reason we've done that is to change the mindset away from being obsessed with yardage. If we say that the product sees 100 yards, people actually expect it to see 100 yards. In actual fact, it will see 100 yards in normal conditions. If you've got a light mist in an evening, you won't see 100 yards, and it's also dependent on the scope that you're using. So what we wanted to do is to just get the message across that the Viper is a short strike unit, sees notionally around 100 yards. It will see a man-sized object around 100 yards away. The Wolf is a medium strike unit that will see 300 yards, see a man-sized object 300 yards away, and this monster, the Eagle, will see a man-sized object up to 500 yards away in complete darkness. No ambient light required at all.
Do you have any, just a question I thought of, when you're using this, do you have much reflection back on your face?
Well, you do get, this is a really interesting point, because and this is something that a lot of hunters are.
Does it light your face up?
It does light your face up. Now there are two schools of thought here. I had a chat with a chap the other day, and he said, "What can you do about dimming the screen?" Now we supply a screen filter. Jake, can you grab me a screen filter?
It's a pair of ties.
Actually, daft as it sounds, that would
it would, wouldn't it?
No, put a pair of tights over it. It works. But we supply a screen filter, which is just a simple piece of film that you put across the screen. Now that will reduce the light by 96% that comes off the screen. The important thing with the screen filter is it doesn't reduce the clarity of the image.
Oh, that's all right.
So now we've looked quite extensively. Our R&D department looked quite extensively, because people have said to us, "Can we have a dimmer?" And we've looked at this and said, "Well, yeah, it would be good, but the problem with having a dimmer is not only do you reduce the light from the screen, but you also reduce the quality of the image by having a dimmer unit on it."
You want it crystal, don't you?
Daft as it sounds, the simple solution, or the most effective solution, is the cheapest solution, which is actually just to have a screen. There it is, and we sell it as a screen filter. And
so it's just like you ain't got to open it, just like.
All it is. Just have a look inside it. That's
I see.
Right. And it literally just goes over the screen. Right, that's it. And you just stick it down with a
like a mobile phone.
Rub it down. It's just like sticking the screen on a mobile phone. Just rub it down with a credit card or something like that, and it's on, and that reduces any light reflection on your eyes. Now, it's interesting in terms of, if you ask a professional hunter, and we deal with a number of professional hunters worldwide, and the chap I was talking to on Monday, I was explaining to him that from a professional hunter's point of view, the light reflection on your face is irrelevant.
Really?
Yeah. Because the animal can't see it. It doesn't. What makes the difference is the animal can either smell you.
Yeah, make sure you're always downwind.
And this chap said to me, "Now my rabbits can hear me." Sorry, my rabbits can see me. But if you ask a professional hunter, they will actually say that the key to being an effective hunter is being the right wind direction, so that they can't smell it, and being quiet. It's the product's good. The animal doesn't know you're there because it's complete darkness, but it can hear you if you're trampling around talking to your mates, and it's that difference. But for those that won't have it any other way, we've got the screen filter that you can put on.
Brilliant. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much for that.
It's a pleasure.
Brilliant.
Good to
Thank
meet
you. Cheers.